Rehabilitation 1/05/23.
If the petitioners
seriously hold it. Orders के pages तक कर लेते हैं इसके साथ.
I have gone through the facts, except for the principle of parity argument. I found every argument was dealt by the learned single judge, Geetali Dole. So being a coordinate bench, there was neither any scope and nor was it permissible to take a different view. In the principle of parity argument, there was some steam in it. But the problem is there is no pleadings. So the court cannot record a finding on oral arguments or written arguments. So you have to test it in the division bench. That's the part one.
Obliged.
Yes, this petition has been dismissed.
Deeply obliged, Lord.
May please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
My lord, item 8 and 9, instruction is awaited. My learned, my lord, for the petitioner, it may be listed on Friday, my lord. Some interim order is cooperating, that may continue, my lord.
In Friday, next Friday.
Next Friday, my lord.
Actually, 8 and 9, you write, Mr. The learned counsel for the writ petitioners are present. Mr. S.K. Talukdar, learned SC Cooperation Department, Assam submits that some instructions are still awaited and therefore these matters be posted again for motion on next Friday. So and so. The prayer is not opposed by the petitioners counsel. Stop. As such, upper naam to the so and so and so. Therefore, registered to list this cases again on 29/9/2023. Interim orders passed earlier to continue.
Obliged.
Lordship, may I pray for listing of a matter, motion matter, Your Lordship, on Monday, Your Lordship. This is an urgency in the nature, Your Lordship. This is a real estate business, the petitioner company, Your Lordship. A stop construction notice has been issued by the GMC authorities without issuing any notice, any so cause, Your Lordship. That we have put to challenge, Your Lordship.
Yes.
May I please, Lordship. My lord, one room was settled by Domoka Municipal Committee in my favor for development purpose. Now development work has been completed, but they are contributing to settle the site to another person. The all case it can be listed on Tuesday next,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
May I please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention for listing of an admission matter, my lord, before vacation, any date, my lord. Can you
So
make-
what is the matter?
My lord, matter regarding, my lord, some of the fake, my lord, work orders has been issued, my lord. Thereafter, we have filed some FIRs, my lord. Then when the FIRs were not come into force, my lord, then we approached the Commissioner of Police. Then thereafter, my lord, Commissioner of Police also did not did anything, my lord. Thereafter, we approached this honorable court, my lord.
There can't be a direction to. So these are not urgent matters.
I know, my lord.
After vacation, choose a date after vacation. Yes.
My lord, November
Yes, yes,
7, my lord.
yes.
7. No. Obligement.
Yes.
Please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention the WPC number 2732 of 2023. Lordship, this matter relates to here the husband of the petitioner was killed by an elephant attack. May Lordship raise the matter in next week?
7th of November. Yes, next matter, please. 7th November.
May I please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention one item for listing. That was last posted on 21/6.
8th of November. Yes.
Lordship, I would like to mention item number 2, Lordship. Lordship, this council is not keeping on. This matter may be
As paid for by petitioners council, this matter stands passed over for the day. Yes, item 2, motion.
Item 3.
May it please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
I have the instructions to withdraw this petition, my lord. During the pendency of this petition, my lord, grievance have been resolved, my lord.
Mr. R.S. Mr. Learned Counsel for the writ petitioner submits that during the pendency of the writ petition, the grievance of his client has been redressed and therefore, he has instructions to withdraw this writ petition. The prayer is not opposed by Miss
Meenakshi Dekka.
M. Decker, Learned Counsel appearing for the respondents. In view of the above, this writ petition stands disposed of on withdrawal.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Item 4.
May I please, Your Lordship, my senior is on legs. So Your Lordship may kindly pass over the matter for time being.
Who is for the petitioner?
Lordship,
None appears for the petitioner on call. Mr.
A Singh.
A. Singh, learned counsel, is present on behalf of
Respondent number 2.
respondent number 2 and 6 little accommodation on the ground that his senior is unavailable. Be that as it may, since the petitioner's counsel is absent, this matter stands passed over for the day.
Item 5. Item 5.
Yes, who is appearing in this case?
Item 5. Item 5.
Lord, here in this case, my lord, petitioner is in occupation of Sarkari land, my lord. So, my lord, your lordship decided the case, my lord, in the light of land policy, my lord. And half bigger of land is allotted to the occupiers if it is found by genuine by the deputy commissioner. That is the order, my lord, I am assured.
Well, who is for the respondents?
Take response number 1.
What is your instruction? You are seeking allotment of land.
My lord,
The writ petitioner here is seeking a writ of mandamus for consideration of his prayer for allotment of land as per the land policy. Heard Mr. M.S. Sheikh, Land Council, appearing for the writ petitioner. Here is the order dated 9/8/2023, passed by the learned single judge in WPC number 2142 of 2007, which has been relied upon by the petitioner's counsel in support of this argument. Full stop. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue, and Ms. M. Burman, learned G. Assam, pray for some time to obtain instruction. NOM 4 weeks. Since Ms. Hazarika has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1 and Ms. Burman for respondent numbers 2 to 4, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Likewise, who is the standing counsel BTC?
But in this case, I am appearing only for deficit commission.
And Ms. Borman for respondent number 2. No formal notice is required to be sent in this case to the state respondents. Ms. R.B. Bora, learned SC BTC, has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers 3 to 5. As such, service of notice is complete in this case. Extra copy of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned department council.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Facilitate so as to enable them to obtain instruction, facilitating disposal of the writ petition at the stage of admission hearing. Let this matter be listed again by reflecting the name of learned counsel for the respondents in the cause list.
Deeply blessed. Item 6.
Yes.
The matter list will after the removal of the earlier president of the Procedural, the petitioner submitted a representation for the number 3 and 4 for holding election by election as per provisions of section 10 of the Assam Panchayat Act 1994. So the respondent has.
Yes.
We have filed our affidavit.
So this matter will have to be heard.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll hear it. Final judgment has to be given. There can be a.
What happened will the next the tentative the date period for holding the next election. Panchayat election will be held in the month of December. But so far my knowledge is concerned, the secretary has not officially announced, but announced that the delimination process of the Panchayat will be held, and the Panchayat election may defer for another 6 months.
We'll hear it. We'll have to issue notice. This is law point. How can it be decided on motion stage? You file your rejoinder. Take down. Heard, Mr.
H.I. Chaudhary.
H.I. Chaudhary, learned counsel, appearing for the writ petitioner, peruse the averments made in the writ petition. The grievance of the petitioner is on account of failure on the part of the respondent authorities to hold election to fill up the post of President of Gaon Panchayat in respect of number 4 North Narayanpur Gaon Panchayat after the erstwhile president was removed from office on 8/6/2023 on the basis of a no confidence motion passed against him. First up, Mr. R. Dubey, Lanet Standing Council, Election Commission, State Election Commission. That is the respondent number
Three.
three herein submits that affidavit on behalf of the commission has already been filed. First up, after hearing the submissions made at the bar, this court is of the opinion that the matter will require in-depth consideration on the legal issue raised by the commission. First up, as such, issue notice of motion returnable on 5th of October 2023. Since who is for one? Since Ms. N. Bora Learned SC PNRD Assam has appeared for respond numbers 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, and 5. Is it 1, 2, 5, and 6? Mr. R. Dubey for respond number 3 and Ms. M. Burman, Learned Government Advocate Assam for respond number 4. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the Learned Departmental Council. Let this matter be listed for admission hearing again on 5th of October 2000. We'll make it 10th of October, 10th of October for the 2023. In view of the urgency expressed in the matter by the Petitioners Council, an attempt would be made to dispose of the writ petition at the stage of admission hearing.
May I please, Lordship? Lordship, earlier instruction was sought for Lordship. The fact is, Lordship, earlier Lordship in the year 2022, Lordship, a notice was issued, Lordship, and being agreed, Lordship, the petitioner filed a writ petition, Lordship, before the Honorable Court, Lordship. The Honorable Court was directed to the respondent authority, Lordship, to verify the land, Lordship, and communicated a Lordship at page, kindly see at page 23, Lordship. After such verification, after a written order is communicated to the petitioner, further action, if any, pursuant to the impugned notice, say be initiated. Lordship, again, Lordship, the respondent authority issued
Yeah, what is
another.
the instruction?
Instruction is.
All right.
not reached.
Heard Mr. B.U.
B.U.
Laskar, Learned Council appearing for the writ petitioner. There is the order dated 15/9/2023 passed by this court, requiring the Learned Government Advocate Assam to obtain instruction. When the matter is called up today, Ms. M. Burman, Learned Government Advocate Assam submits that instructions as called for are still awaited. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respond number 1, and Ms. M. Burman, Learned G. Assam, for
2,
respond
3.
numbers 2, 3, and 4. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the Learned Departmental Council so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Let the matter be listed again by reflecting the name of Respondents Council in the cause list. Interim order passed earlier to continue until further orders. Yes.
Well, the matter pertains to non-demarcation of land of the petitioner. Pursuant to the Assam Right to Public Service Act, an OM was issued specifying 3 authorities before whom we are supposed to apply for demarcation. We have exhausted our right, as per the act. Nothing has been done till today, including we have gone to the appellate authority also. Nothing. Has
We issue notice.
Also notice, we'll
The
obtain instruction. Lordship.
writ petitioner herein is aggrieved by non-consideration of a prayer for demarcation of land. First up, according to the petitioner's council, Mr. B. Gogoi, according to the petitioner's council, the council demarcation of land is a notified subject, is it?
Yes, madam.
Yes, Lord.
Is a notified subject, notwithstanding the same, and despite the fact that the petitioner has exhausted all
All, including appeal.
remedies, including appellate remedy,
Yes.
before approaching this court. No action has been taken in the matter till today. Hence this writ petition. Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned SC Revenue Department, Assam, prays for 4 weeks time to obtain instruction. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Ms. Hazarika has appeared and accepted notice for respond number 1,
Lordship.
and Mr. H. Sharma, Learned Additional Senior Government Advocate Assam,
2, 3 and 4.
For respondent numbers 2, 3 and 4, service of notice is deemed to be complete, etc., etc. by provided. Yes, facilitating disposal.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, in this case, the passport of the petitioner has been seized by the officer in charge of Hujai police station, my lord. And reason shows that there is case pending in the name of his father, my lord. We have later on submitted a representation stating that I have been declared by the foreign tribunal as an Indian, and my father's was expired long back. Therefore, the case against my father was filed. So, under that circumstances, my lord,
Yes, Mr. Sharma, would you please find out how the police officer could,
Lordship.
Mr. B. Chandra, learned counsel for the petitioner, agree. No, the petitioner's passport bearing number S87636664 issued by the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, has been seized by the officer in charge of Hojai police station. Aggrieved thereby, the instant writ petition has been filed. Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate, Assam, raised for 10 days time to seek instruction as to the reason for seizing the passport of the petitioner and the provision of law under which the same was done. In view of the above, register to list this matter for motion again after 10 days. 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to Mr.
Lordship.
Obliged, my lord.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, the petitioner before your lordship are the purchaser of flat villa from the respondent number 4, which is a company lordship. And the respondent number 5, 6, and 7, they are the director, chief executive officer of the company. So a cooperative society was formed among the member of the flat owners, and this respondent number 5, 6, and 7, they have also purchased flat in the project, and they participated in the election process, and that participation has been challenged by this petitioner, saying that it's a violation of section 37 of the.
Not in a writ petition.
Lordship, we have filed a complaint before the registrar. Our complaint has been rejected. We approached the appellate authority also. There also it was rejected. Hence we are here.
Where is the order of appellate authority?
134, Lordship. 134.
We'll issue notice only at this stage.
Lordship.
But Mr. S. Chakravarti, learned counsel for the writ petitioner, there was the amendments made in the writ petition, aggrieved by the order dated 25/4/2023, issued by the appellate authority. That is who's the appellate authority?
Registrar Cooperative Society. Registrar Cooperative Society.
Then it is written joint register,
Lordship, it was delegated to him, Lordship.
registered cooperative society, rejecting the appeal preferred by the petitioner. The instant writ petition has been filed. Mr. Chakravarti submits that the impugned order is vitiated by complete perversity and non-application of mind. NOM 6 weeks since Mr. S.K. Talukdar, learned standing counsel, Cooperation Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Respondent numbers 1, 2, and 3. No formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondents. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable him to obtain instruction. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon remaining respondents by registered post with AD within a week from today.
Interim order, Lordship, after return.
Prayer for interim relief will be considered after service of notice on all the respondents.
May I please, your lord?
Yes.
Yeah, my lord, our land was, my lord, illegally muted in the name of respondent number 4. Then we filed an appeal, and Deputy Commissioner, my lord, hold that the mutation was illegal and directed the circle officer to take necessary steps. The circle officer is not taking any step, my lord. We file appeal before the Deputy Commissioner. Deputy Commissioner again directed, my lord, CO circle officer to take action. He is not taking any action, my lord.
So
In action against the circle officer, my lord.
then you go to the higher authority in the government. Circle officer not taking action.
Lost.
to comply with circular. It's a
Deputy Commissioner's order, my lord.
What is the matter? You find out. Heard Mr. R. Ali, learned counsel for the petitioner. The petitioners are primarily aggrieved due to non-compliance of the order of the deputy commissioner by the circle officer. Mr. Ali submits that despite categorical instructions of the orders passed by the deputy commissioner Kamrup, the concerned circle officer has not taken any action in the matter. Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, seeks 2 weeks time to obtain preliminary instruction in the matter. Prayer allowed, let this writ petition be listed again after 2 weeks for motion. 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to Mr.
Prayer also.
Huh?
In this case, our name may be reflected in the.
Let this matter be listed again by reflecting the name of learned SC Revenue and GA Assam in the cause list.
Copy may be surplus.
You know,
Surplus copy.
one extra copy each be furnished
Lost.
to the learned department council. Report the Ms. GA and SC Revenue.
My please, your lordship. Let's say petitioner is a school teacher, lordship. His salary account is kept under hold for the last 1 year, lordship.
Why?
When he applied to his home branch for removal of the hold, lordship, they have replied by letter annexure E page 42, lordship.
Now, why the salary has been kept on hold for last 1 year? And why have you come now?
Lordship, the petitioner was charged in a case in Dhemaji district in connection with fact B.Ed degree, lordship. In that case,
So he is a scamster, according to the department.
no, lordship, department has not kept my account under hold.
Who
My
has
mobile number, my mobile and other things were seized. I was arrested, interrogated, and then I was released on bail, lordship. Thereafter, when I went to the bank to make transaction, I
So
could.
who has frozen your bank account?
Nobody has, lordship. Kindly,
Nobody has. Then
No.
why are you before the?
kindly see at page 42 at annexure E, lordship. Annexure E, page 42. The bank reply. May I read, lordship? We have received a letter from you requesting to removal a hold deed by SBI Dhemaji branch on so-and-so with the region 22 DM so-and-so within bracket screenshot attached. Since the hold was made by Dhemaji branch, our CBS system is not allowing us to remove the said hold. However, we have contacted the official of Dhemaji
All right,
branch.
heard Mr. M. Rana, learned counsel for the writ petitioner. The petitioner is holding a saving bank account bearing number 301-052-61279 with the SBI Dhemaji branch.
No, lordship, SBI Dharapur branch.
With the SBI Dharapur branch at Kamrup Rural District. Full stop. His bank account was kept on hold by the bank. Aggrieved thereby, the petitioner has approached this court by filing the instant writ petition, inter alia contending that there is no valid ground for the bank to put his account on hold. Full stop. I have considered submissions of the petitioner's counsel and have also gone through the materials available on record. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent by registered post PKD.
Public.
May it please your lordship.
Yes.
May it
Yes.
please your lordship. Lordship, the grievance of the petitioners are that on 7/5/2023, they were forcefully evicted from that annual patta land, which they were possessing the same from the last 70 years without issuing any notice. Thereafter, on the very next day, that is on 8/5/2023, Lordship will produce annexure. This standard notice was issued by the department.
Annexure?
Annexure E, your lordship, page number 28. Herein, this tender was issued for weekly market, your lordship, point number 5. Fultoli Weekly Bazaar, your lordship, in that particular plot of land where
Prior to that, lordship, I want to show lordship, as because it's the PNRD department, most probably copy has not been served upon them. So name is not shown in the cause list. In that case, lordship, it will be difficult as because it's the PNRD,
They will serve copy on PNRD Standing Council.
but their name is not shown. I have seen
we
as
serve the
because
copy,
You serve the copy.
only the,
might be on the record.
You're not sure.
That was done
Huh?
by the
There is
filing
nothing-
assistant, your lordship.
Let it come up by showing the name of heard Miss K. Jain, Land Council appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. H. Sharma, Learned Additional Senior Government Advocate Assam appearing for the state. None is appeared for the PNRD department. It appears that the name of the SC PNRD is also not shown in the or reflected in the cause list. As such, let this matter be listed again on Wednesday by reflecting the Wednesday, give the date by reflecting the name of SC PNRD in the cause list. In the meantime, one copy of the writ petition be served upon learned SC PNRD, if not already done.
Deeply obliged.
Item 16.
May please, your lordship.
Yes.
But the persons are petitioners are erosion affected people. But long back in the year 1991, they were sought to be evicted. Against that, my lord, they have preferred an appeal before the Board of Revenue. Board of Revenue set aside the eviction notice and directed the authorities concerned to prepare a scheme for the rehabilitation. But that matter was prolonged in 1999. The circle officer submitted a report. That report, your lordship, will be find at page 74, my lord, for their settlement. But still then, it has not been
So we'll
implemented.
issue notice at this stage.
And my lord, the threatened eviction of the petitioners may not be there.
Who has threatened?
My lord, the petitioner, as per number 3, 4, and 5.
No, but they already the eviction notices have been set aside.
No, that was a long back. But even then, after this one, now the paragraph 21, your lordship, please to see. Page koto? Page 13.
Yes.
Now the official, in the middle, down below, the middle portion. Officials of the respondent number 3, 4, and 5 vary up and come to the petitioner and threaten them to evict from the state government land. No coercive action may be taken in the meantime. That is my prayer.
Yes, what do you have to say, Ms. Sharma? No, but you are in government land.
That is correct. But your lordship has seen, my lord, in rehabilitation scheme is there. And they have to be rehabilitated.
Are you aware of an order passed yesterday by this court?
No, no.
See, this court has held that if you are in Sarkari land and if the government wants the land, then
No, government wants the land, that is another thing. But here the government doesn't want the land.
then we'll say they will not be evicted without following the due process of law.
Yes.
That's all. Heard Mr. B.C. Das, Learned Senior Counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, peruse the averments made in this writ petition. The petitioners have approached this court by filing this writ petition, apprehending illegal eviction from the land under their occupation since past
35 years.
Since past 35 years. Mr. Das submits that the Assam Board of Revenue had set aside the earlier eviction notices issued in the year 1991 by holding the same as illegal. Notwithstanding the same, the jurisdictional officers have verbally threatened to evict the petitioners from the land. Although there is a direction to consider the rehabilitation of the
Yes.
petitioner as per a proper policy of the government. First up, as such, a prayer for interim relief has also been made by the petitioner's counsel. Full stop. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue Department, Assam, and Ms. S. Sharma, learned GA Assam, had prayed for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. NOM 4 weeks, make it 6 weeks. Since Ms. Hazarika has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent number
3, 4, and 5.
respondent number 1, Ms. R.B. Bora, learned SC BTC for respondent number. There is the Chief Secretary of Bodoland.
Bodoland.
There is the Chief Secretary of Bodoland now.
I think we'll
Huh?
maybe we'll get some.
Maybe, you're not sure.
I have to see that.
For the respondent number 2 and Ms. S. Sharma for respondent numbers 3, 4, and 5. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copy of the read petition be furnished to the learned departmental counsel appearing for the respondents so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. So where is the revenue board order?
Revenue order, page 68.
Page 68.
68. 60, it starts at page 65. The operative part is at 68.
Peruse the judgment and order dated 20/11/1991 passed by the Assam Board of Revenue. Now, report hard on the prayer of interim relief. Then right, peruse the judgment and order dated 20/11/1991 passed by the learned Assam Board of Revenue, Guwahati, in case number 151 R full stop A, then bracket close, then bracket of B and G, bracket close, oblique 90. Having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case as well as the order dated 20/11/1991 passed by the Assam Board of Revenue, it is hereby provided that if the petitioners are covered by the said order of the board, then they shall not be evicted from the land under their occupation without following the due process of law.
I got 17.
May it please your lordship. My lord, writ petition was filed because of inaction on the part of the police to register the e-complaint. However, now, my lord, the e-complaint has been registered. I have the status of the e-complaint on it.
So this will become infractious. Mr. D. Chakravarti, learned counsel for the petitioner, aggrieved by the inaction on the part of the authorities in registering the e-complaint lodged by the petitioner, the instant writ petition has been filed. Mr. Chakravarti submits that during the pendency of this writ petition, the e-complaint has been registered and therefore the writ petition has become infractious. Ms. S. Sharma, learned G. Assam, is present on behalf of the respondents. In view of the submission made by the petitioner's counsel, this writ petition stands closed as infractions.
Obliged.
I got 18.
May it please your lordship, my lord. My lord, here, my lord, we approach the municipal authority as for 2 and 3, my lord. My lord, by annexure 13, page 49, we have stated that in violation of the building permission, my lord, the private respondent number 6 has constructed his house causing dangerous to our living in our own part, my lord. The respondent number 2 and 3, municipal authority, they have the power and jurisdiction under 177, my lord, of municipal act to consider such representation, my lord. The violation we have pointed out on the last page at page 52, at least by keeping 5 feet.
Instructions
to the
2 weeks.
north.
Heard Mr. B.K. Das, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. Ms. S. Sharma, learned government advocate Assam, prays for 2 weeks' time to obtain preliminary instruction from the respondent numbers 1 to 4. 1 to 4 on the allegations made in the writ petition. Prayer allowed 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to Ms. Sharma within 2 days from today. Let this matter be listed for motion again after 2 weeks.
2 and 3 would be main respondents, my lord.
1 to 4, I said.
Yes, always.
I got 19.
May I please your lordship?
Yes.
In this case, your lordship, the petitioners, your respondent number 6 and 7 have been illegally constructing the permanent construction by demolishing the tea estate land. And the petitioners are objecting that they are also filed representation before the Deputy Commissioner Tinsukia for taking necessary action in this regard. And without changing the class of land of tea garden and without intimating what reason they have permanent construction is going on.
We'll issue notice only at this stage, not beyond that. Or Mr. S. Islam Learned Counsel for the writ petitioner peruse the amendments made in the petition. The petitioners have alleged that the respondent numbers 6 and 7 have been making illegal construction of permanent nature on the Satoli, CHATOLI land covered by covered by DAG number 174, Patta number 4 of Sariali Tea Estate under the Tinsukia Revenue Circle, although the category of the land is yet to be, the classification of the land is yet to be changed. Issue notice returnable in 4 weeks. Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers 1 and 2, and Ms. S. Sharma, Learned G. Assam, for respondent numbers 3 and 4. As such, service of notice is deemed to be complete on the aforesaid respondents. Extra copy of the writ petition be furnished to Learned Department Counsel. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 5, 6, and 7 by registered post with AD within 3 days from today. Hard on the prayer of interim relief, the said prayer will be considered after service of notice upon the respondents.
For admission, item 20.
This matter, my lord, they have challenged the order of a caste scrutiny committee, my lord, whereby my certificate has been cancelled. In this matter, the stand of the respondent, my lord, may be necessary.
On the last occasion, my lords had directed them to file a rejoinder affidavit and to the state to file an affidavit. Nothing have been done as of now. I for respondent number 8.
But don't you think you need to button up your coat while appearing?
Really sorry, my lords. I just came running.
All right.
I apologize.
Yes. What do you have to say?
On last occasion, my lords had directed for them to file a rejoinder affidavit. 14/8/2023, my lords, is the order.
That affidavit we have prepared, my lord, we sent for vetting.
You want to file it?
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
We need one week time, my lord.
No, there is no 1 week business here. Time means 2 weeks, because by the time the matter goes and gets listed, other things get disturbed.
Hello.
So,
And my lord, I am appearing for this WPTPC department and this state level scrutiny committee, whose order is under challenge, my lord. My lord, we being this state level scrutiny committee, quasi judicial sort of forum, my lord, what I intend to do is, my lord, I have the entire proceeding records, my lord. So, my lord, I will place it before the.
We'll take it up for hearing after vacation. You
My lord.
complete exchange pleadings in the meantime.
My lord,
Stand may
my
be
lord,
brought on record.
will not file affidavit, my lord, in this. Let them file, my lord.
The committee stand may be brought on record, otherwise we will not be.
No, you can't compel them to file affidavit. If they don't file affidavit, we go
We
by
cannot.
what is on record.
Yes.
So what is the basic issue here?
Basic issue is that, my lord,
Chaudhary.
I was issued with a caste certificate, ST certificate. My lord, thereafter it was referred to the caste scrutiny committee and it was ultimately cancelled. The committee is of the opinion that I don't belong to STP, whereas our case is that after the the petitioner's father was a OBC, my lord, and his mother was a STP. So after the demise of her father, petitioner number 1 was raised by her mother from her childhood, my lord. So as per the Ramesh Bhai Patel judgment, my lord.
So you're coming from, you're an outstation council, which you're coming from?
Delhi, my lords.
Okay, you agree on a date in the 2nd week of November, we'll fix it for final hearing.
My lord, my only problem, if I may communicate to my lords, is there is a writ appeal of mine pending before the chief court. And they are waiting for the outcome of these petitions as to what will happen. Only then that writ appeal will be heard.
Right.
Matter is listed even today as item number 18. sorry, item number 18 before the chief.
You are appearing for whom?
I'm appearing for respondent number 8.
Hmm.
Respondent, that is Gaurav Padhyay.
Hmm.
And against who has actually, who will be the victim if the caste certificate, SC/ST provisions for.
How is your client connected to this matter?
Well, what has happened about this? An FIR was filed. If an FIR was filed under the POCSO Act. On a very same day, that is on 6 January 2020, an application is moved by the informant saying that please include the penal sections under SC/ST Act. That was primarily to deny me anticipatory bail. Thereafter, my lord, those sections were added within a day by the IO and confirmed by the learned judicial magistrate. Against that order, I came before this honorable court. Stay was granted. But the whole issue of whether that caste certificate is genuine or not, even at that point of time, there was no caste certificate available with the informant. In fact, there is an affidavit of IG Police CID before this honorable court that as far as we are concerned, our investigation is concerned, there is no caste certificate with them. And the victim do not belong to SC/ST category. Now, on the very same day, when this affidavit is being filed by IG Police CID, the informant somehow out of thin air produce a certificate of STP and saying that now I belong to, and even that certificate itself is later cancelled. The whole issue is referred to the SLSC to know whether this is a genuine case of ST certificate or not. SLSC, after a detailed hearing, detailed opportunity to the informant, come to a conclusion that no, there is no infirmity being suffered by the person. Therefore, that particular certificate is cancelled, and this is the crux, my lord.
Appearance.
And this is the crux, my lord. Therefore, I will be directly affected. Tomorrow, if they succeed, then the penal sections would be applicable to me. As of now, it is not. So that is the case, my lord. That's why.
Fine, but we are asking you to agree on a date in November when
my lords.
we'll hear the matter.
My lord,
What has that got to do with this?
my lord, they're just giving it facts.
Because you are an outstation counsel, we want to put you on.
Thursday, second week, my lords.
Okay, we'll take it up on 14th of
14th of November.
14th of November for hearing. We'll admit the writ petition and hear it. Final hearing.
14th November. 14th November would be fine, my lords. Obliged, my lords. Obliged.
So you take down, heard Mr.
HK Nath.
HK Nath, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, who submits that the rejoinder affidavit in response to the counter affidavit filed by the respondent number 8 has been sent for waiting, and therefore 2 weeks further time be granted for filing the rejoinder. Full stop. Mr. R. Dhar, learned SC, WPT and BC submits that the records will be produced before this court, and therefore there would be no necessity for the department to file affidavits. Mr.
Vaibhav Srivastav.
Vaibhav Srivastav, learned counsel for the respondent number 8, on the other hand, submits that expeditious disposal of the writ petition would be called for so as to protect the interest of his client, and therefore a firm date be fixed for hearing of the writ petition. Full stop. After hearing the submissions made by learned counsel for the parties, this court is of the opinion that the issue raised in this writ petition would call for deeper hearing. As such, admit the writ petition. Since the parties are already represented, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. On the request of learned counsel for both the sides, the registry is directed to list this writ petition for final hearing as a fixed item on 14th of November 2023. On the next date fixed, the learned department counsel to produce the relevant records, the parties to exchange pleadings in the meantime, if so advised.
Obliged. Obliged. It do. Which one?
Yes. Your instruction was sought for.
Yes,
Yes,
what is
your
the matter?
lordship, from the RCS office, your lordship, on 28th of July itself, your letter was sent to the corporation department, your lordship, for financial sanction. According to instruction, the financial sanction was granted thereafter. Then your lordship, it returned back, and 31st of August, your lordship, the ceiling demand proposal was sent to the Corporation Department again. Now, I am told your lordship that this will be sanctioned within a period of lordship around 10 working days or so, your lordship. That is the instruction that I have received.
All right.
This case is taken on priority, your lordship.
Okay. We'll post it after 2 weeks. If by that time, if the amount is not released, the secretary will remain personally present.
Lordship, it will go to the finance department from corporation department, your lordship, within 10 days or so, your lordship, they will send it to the finance department. It's almost ready because what has happened, your lordship, there's a budget proposal of around 27 lakhs. Petitioner's case is in the priority and there's another ex-standing counsel, petitioner and the ex-standing counsel, their amount will be given first, your lordship. So all I'm seeking is lordship will post it maybe around 10th of October, your lordship. By that time from the corporation department, the proposal will go to the finance department. Thereafter, it will depend on the financial clearance. It's in the process only.
We are not sitting on it, lordship, the amount of time, that is all, we just need time, lordship, that is the only.
Lordship will post it on 10th of October, your lordship.
Heard Mr. B. Hawk, Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petition. Also heard Mr. R.
V. Rajkoya.
Learned SC Corporation Department, Assam, who submits that the proposal for budgetary sanction has already been approved by the finance department.
Yes.
And therefore, the petitioner's bill is under process. The corporation department would send the proposal.
The ceiling demand proposal.
Send the ceiling demand proposal
to the finance
department within 10 days from today. Mr. Rajko has further submitted that the bills of the petitioner is being processed with top
priority,
with utmost priority,
yes,
considering the health issues faced by him. Mr. H. Alia, Learned SC Finance submits that no sooner the proposal for release of ceiling is received by the finance department, necessary steps will be taken in the matter. First up, in view of the assurance made by Learned Departmental Counsel, this writ petition is directed to be listed again on 13th of October 2023 as a fixed item.
Lodge.
On the next date fixed, the Learned Departmental Counsel to obtain specific instruction and appraise this court as to whether the amount has been released or not. And if not, the reason thereof. Stop. Somebody will have to come on the next day if it is not released.
Lordship. From the department, corporation department, it will be sent to the finance.
We'll find out who.
Then only finance has to clear. Then we can release.
Whoever is holding it up.
Lordship.
We'll have to have a visit to the court if we find that next day it has not been done.
Lord.
Because these are matters where what will the person do with the money?
Yes, your
If
lordship.
it doesn't come to his aid.
Yes,
These are human issues. We'll have to deal with it top priorities.
your lordship.
If you are not disputing it,
Lordship.
what will be the amount?
9 lakhs, 49 lakhs around.
That 9 lakhs is not that big an amount for the government. Don't subject patients of this nature to this kind of. Please tell your clients.
Yes, your lordship.
Next date, we'll call the officer within 2 hours.
Lordship.
Matter will be resolved on the next date. Either they do it on their own or we'll do it in our way. Yes.
Lordship.
Obliged.
Obliged.
May it please your lordships. I appear for the petitioner, my lords.
Yes.
Now this notice was issued, my lords, and they filed a reply. They filed a reply, my lords. The petition, my lords, essentially challenges the inaction.
I'll
of the-
reply when?
Lordship, they have already received, they filed today their affidavit in reply. Copy has been served just before I minute.
They've served it on me on this Sunday, my lords.
Today they filed their reply.
On the
my
15th, they've filed the reply.
Lordship, pleading is
Essentially,
completely
they're-
fixed for hearing in any days per convent of my learned friend law. Is from outside.
Lordship, I have no difficulty. May I just make one small submission? Lordship, may kindly see their reply.
You want a final disposal today?
My lords?
Final disposal today?
No, my lords. My lordship may kindly hear me, subject to what pleases my lord. And
No, I'll hear you.
Lordships.
No problem at all.
Lordships.
The matter has to be decided. There is an interim order. What is there to be heard today unless it is to be decided finally?
No,
today?
lords, my submission is that only in their affidavit in reply, they are saying that this notice is a protective notice. We are aware that the matter has been referred by the Supreme Court to a 9-judge bench from the Constitution bench. The Honorable Chief Justice has referred the matter to a 9-judge bench to decide the issue in question. Therefore, Manoj, my respectful submission would be that either lordships can keep it pending, Manoj, till the Supreme Court decides that matter, or lordships may fix a date for hearing, then we'll address your lordships. That's a limited submission that I want.
So if the main issue, central issue is sub judice before Supreme Court.
Just now I came to know about that.
Okay, what we'll do is,
In their reply, they've said so.
no, that's right. He must not have read his reply also. That's possible. Sometimes it happens.
Lordship, it happens.
Mr. Raichandani, it happens.
Lordships are right.
What we'll do is, we'll post the matter after the puja vacation.
Lordship.
And you can both consult if you think that the issue is sub judice before
Lordship.
Supreme Court, then this court will not hear.
Lordship.
In that case, either you can ask your junior to take another date from the court, or you can address the court through VC, whatever suits you.
Lordship, please.
You need not come all the way if the matter is not heard. But if the issue is different, then we'll hear the case.
Lordship, please.
So would you agree on a date after the puja vacation?
Any date convenient to your lordship.
Yes, Mr. Kyle.
Lordship, I have no.
Heard Mr. B. Raichandani, Learned Counsel, appearing for the writ petitioner, who submits that as for the projection made in the counter affidavit filed by the department, the central issue involved in this writ petition is sub judice before a 9 judges bench of the Honorable Supreme Court. Full stop. Therefore, final hearing of the writ petition at this stage may not be feasible. Full stop. Mr. Kyle, on the other hand, submits that a copy of the rejoinder affidavit has been served upon him only this morning, and therefore 2 weeks' time be granted for him to seek instruction. Taking note of the submissions made by learned counsel for both the sides, this writ petition is directed to be listed again on 16th of November 2023 as a fixed item. In the meantime, the registry may tag the affidavit with the record of this case. You consult amongst yourself.
Lordship.
Interim order passed earlier to continue.
You can. Great. Great. We are obliged.
My lord, in this matter, my lord, instructions are awaited, my lord, to file affidavit. Kindly be 3 weeks time maybe.
My lord, today's fixed for my lord, consideration for interim trial, my lord. So in the impugn notification, one dead person has been made a member, and comprising the dead person, the committee is still illegally functioning, my lord. So my humble prayer is that on a penalty of the case, interim prayer may be considered. My first submission is that DC may be anchor the matter and submit the report.
Today it is fixed for consideration of interim prayer.
My lord.
Where is it? Which order says that?
My lord, earlier order, my lord,
Give the date of the order, please.
21/6/23.
Yes, which line? Please read it where it is written that interim order will be considered today.
What's the question? Oh, I see.
So there is no such order, is it?
I see. My lord, issue notice of motion including notice on the prayer of the interim prayer for 4 weeks.
What is the interim order you are seeking?
My lord, inquiry by DC, my lord.
Huh?
So one dead person who is died in 2021, and the new impugned body has been constituted in 23. So that person has been included in the impugned committee.
So we'll ask them to file affidavit. All the same, they will have to state it in that.
Yes, my lord.
The affidavit has to disclose everything.
Yes, my lord.
Heard Mr. D.P. Mondal, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. S. Rabha, learned SC BTC appearing for the respond numbers 2 2, 3, and 5. Miss N. Bora, Planet SC PNRD for respondent numbers 1 and respondent number 1 and Mr. BJ Talukdar, Learned Counsel for respondent number 4. Mr. HR Ahmed, Learned Counsel is appeared for respondent number 6. Mr. Rabha, Learned SC BTC submits their instructions as called for are still awaited and therefore 3 weeks further time be granted for filing affidavit. Responding to the above, Mr. Mondal has pressed for an interim order for issuance of a direction upon the Deputy Commissioner to conduct an inquiry and submit his report. First up, since the said aspect of the matter would automatically stand covered in the counter affidavit to be filed by the respondents, I am not inclined to pass any such direction at this stage. However, the said prayer can be considered at an appropriate stage if deemed necessary. On the request of Mr. Rabha, this matter stands adjourned for 3 weeks so as to enable the respondents to file affidavit. You file your affidavit. The affidavit on behalf of the official respondents be positively filed within 3 weeks by responding to the issues raised in the writ petition after serving advance copy upon petition.
Can be 6 day pilot.
This case again on 8th of November 2023.
For orders, item 24.
So Ms. K. Jain and contempt notice, a single 8 weeks. Take steps.
Deeply obliged. Item 25.
I am here for the responding number 5. We are led by Mr. Kane Chaudhary. He's on legs in vote number 1.
So why this matter has been listed today for?
We file the affidavit.
None appears for the petitioner. Mr. B.D. Dekar, Learned Counsel appearing for the respondent number 5, submits that as per the court's order, affidavit has been filed on behalf of this client. Mr. J. Hendik, Learned G.A. Assam is present on behalf of the official respondent. Since the petitioner appearing in this case in person is absent today, the matter stands, consideration of this matter stands deferred for 4 weeks, list again after the upcoming puja vacation.
Obligement.
Item 26.
May please, sir, the file the affidavit in Dosti service lordship. Official dated 29/2023. Eviction matter.
That's the service on whom? Which respondent?
The chairman lordship. That's number 4 lord. File affidavit.
You are appearing for whom, Mr. Hendik?
Okay, so I am for respond number 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2, 3, and
1, 2, and
3.
1, 2, 3, and 5.
3 and 5 lordship.
Heard Mr. So and so Learned Counsel appear key number. Heard Mr. N. Amir, Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. J. Hendik, Learned Additional Senior Government Advocate Assam appearing for the respondent numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. Peruse the affidavit dated 14/9/2023 filed by the writ petitioner after effecting dusty service of notice upon the respondent number 4 in terms of the order dated 28/7/2023 passed by this court. After going through the affidavit, this court is satisfied that dusty service of notice upon the respondent number 4 is complete in this case. As such, registry to list this matter for admission hearing after the puja vacation. Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Master.
Supplementary list. Item 27.
None appears for the writ petitioner when the matter is called up. Record reveals that the petitioners were absent on the two consecutive previous occasions, that is on 23/6/2023 and 15/9/2023. When the matter was called up before this court. Full stop. The petitioner's counsel had also failed to take steps for service of notice upon respondent number 4, but no steps have been taken till today. By the order dated 15/9/2023, this court has observed that if the petitioner fails to take steps as per the order of the court, consequential orders would be passed. Full stop.
Even then, my lord, they have not served a copy to us also. So we
Mr.
cannot-
J. Hendik Lanet, Additional Senior Government Advocate Assam, submits that even copies of the writ petition has not been served upon the government advocate. Similar is the stand of Ms. G. Hazarika, Lanet SC, Revenue Department Assam, appearing for the respondent number 1. In view of the above, this court is left with no option but to pass consequential orders in this writ petition. Full stop. The writ petition is therefore dismissed for non-prosecution. Is there any interim order here?
I think, my lord, that interim
What is the matter about?
matter regarding, my lord, that eviction matters, lordship.
Interim order passed earlier. The ad interim order passed earlier shall stand vacated. Maybe they have been evicted.
Lordship, already been evicted, and some, my lord, that compensation had been paid to the, my lord, person, lordship, some of the person, lordship.
Yes.
Yeah, please, your lordship. Your lordship, in this matter, cost title in page number 6 needs to be amended, your lordship. Respondent number 4 has been typed twice, your lordship. So, and your lordship, name of respondent number 6, there is a spelling mistake, your lordship. So only page number 6 needs to be replaced.
Page number?
6, your lordship, of the cost title.
Yeah, but then you have to file an application. This can't be done orally.
Lordship, any appropriate order, whatever your lordship.
Yes, we'll pass it, but you have to file a short application. Yes, yes, that's the requirement of law.
Lordship, but I was informed from the registry that if your lordship,
There is
passes
a
an
note,
order, your lordship.
note of the registry, note of the registry.
But which note you are saying? Note doesn't say, note only says what is the mistake.
Yes, my lord, yes. That is
But
the note.
for correction, he has to
Yes, my
file an
lord,
IA.
yes, my lord.
Mr.
HR does.
HR Das, Learned Counsel for the petitioner, has invited the attention of this court to the office note dated 21/9/2023 and submits that 2 weeks time be granted for filing an IA for correction of array of parties.
Lordship made 1 week time is enough, your lordship.
Array of parties in the writ petition. Full stop. Mr. DP Bora, Learned Counsel for the respondents, is present and does not have any objection. In view of the above, registry to list this case again after the IA for amendment of cost title.
My lord, otherwise case is fixed on 9/10, my lord.
Is filed by the petitioner. Why don't you file it at 2 o'clock today? Nobody is stopping you.
We'll do it. Your
You
lordship.
can't file it after 2 weeks. Listen to the order.
Yes.
Nobody is saying you have to file it after 2 weeks.